Okay. Have you noticed how the quality of everything nowadays is substandard? So, in the past, before this globalization epidemic happened, people were accountable for their decisions, accountable for their actions. There was a genuine commitment to satisfying the customer. And since this globalization nonsense took off, the standards of production have just gone through the floor because companies just don't care at all what the customer says or thinks. They're starting to remember what it was like when the customer was the boss, which is how it ought to be. But for about 10 or 15 years, they got lost. Oh, we can do what we want. No one will say anything. And all we have to do to get them to not say anything is say, oh, go online and write an email to us instead. And then 99% of people don't bother because people used to like to complain on the phone or in person. Also, the people making decisions about the elements that we buy in the shops are now, there seems to be zero accountability between them and the people that they're providing things to. Now, I have to say, honestly, with my hand on my heart, all of the quality of the items that I bought during my whole life, all the quality of all those items was high. And if it fell beneath a certain level, you'd kick up a fuss and say, well, this is substandard nonsense. But when the separation happened between the corporations and the people in the early 2000s as a piggyback operation after our militaries were hijacked, that is, Britain and the United States militaries were hijacked by these New World Order freaks. Um, the rest of it filtered through all of business and commerce, and they said, hang on, if the military functions of a country could do what they want and the people don't get a say, maybe we can do the same thing. And then all of a sudden, shops started, instead of being subservient to the customer, they started saying things like, oh, don't speak to us like that. Oh no, you're abusing us, blah 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 blah. And in the past, if a product or service fell beneath a certain standard, you bring up the manager and you say, look, this is unacceptable. This cannot be. Your establishment should be producing this kind of standard, and you need to rectify this. And they would say, I'm very sorry, sir. We'll fix it, and that would be that. But no, when this twist happened, okay, in the early 2000s, and those who were there will have seen it, where suddenly there were security guards everywhere. You couldn't say anything for fear of getting thrown out of at first a bank and then any shop, and it's still there now. We've got security guards everywhere. People seem to forget that 25 years ago, you wouldn't find a security guard anywhere, much less a bank, much less a shop. They weren't there. Now this whole industry grew up alongside the private security industry, which allied itself with this farce over in the Middle East. People seem to forget that. The televisions made people forget, which is what it was intended to do. Yeah, get distracted, forget what happened. No, don't forget what happened. Remember what happened, because we're still feeling the after effects now. And this stuff needs to be taught to the generation who are up and coming now, because they don't know any different. Because their parents sat there and went, "Oh, what do we do? What do we do?" Nothing. I never felt that way. I was annoyed because I saw clearly what happened. And I'm not alone. A lot of other people saw clearly what had happened too, and they were discounted as, oh, a conspiracy theorist or a truther or whatever. No, no, no. When you're intelligent and you know what's going on, you know what's going on. So, I watched this happen. So, one of the, you might say a minor result, but it's a major result really, is lack of quality, because companies started saying, well, we don't care what the customer says. We can just do what we want. They're at our mercy, basically. We're the bosses now. And so customer service went out the window. Look at the way customer service representatives dress now. Okay? People are hired. They've got crazy metal shoved through every orifice. They've got pink, purple, green hair, tattoos all over their faces. And then people are supposed to treat these people as though they're respectable. I'm sorry, it's not a way, that's not professional at all. You couldn't get a position like that if you looked that way in the past. Oh, well, things have changed. No, they haven't. Standards have been decimated, that's all. And it shows. You see people there playing with their phones, picking their nose, whatever the hell they're doing. Sorry, it's a bit vulgar. But whatever they're doing, they're not even bothering to show any interest in the customer. They wear what they like to work. And they look like a mess. And the result is a mess. They are a mess. They look like a mess. Customer service is a mess. And now the managers can't say anything because they're like, oh, if I say that person doesn't look neat and tidy, they'll raise some sort of discrimination case against me. It's garbage. The whole of society is a complete trash heap now. And not accidental. All our standards have been systematically attacked. Everything from the personal to the social, even to the spiritual. Everything has been attacked wholesale on the back of lies, which is the only way that the scumbags behind all this figured that they could actually get what they wanted. And it won't ever work. It will be overturned. It will be beaten. But we have to do the work to do so. And they know it. They're just thinking, oh, why hasn't anyone done anything? But the result is a ruined society. And the youngsters know it. They know something's wrong. Well, I'm here to tell you, yes, you're right. Something is wrong. It's been wrong for a heck of a long time. All right? We shouldn't have foreigners from every corner of the planet crammed into our society. No, that's not normal. And what you've grown up in is a disaster. We used to have foreign visitors, holiday makers and things when I was younger. Fine. No big deal. This is foreigners being used for an end, for an agenda, to disrupt and completely ruin our society so that it will fall. But no, it won't fall. It's too strong, but we need to actively work towards fixing that problem. So we're getting products from all over the world now, made on the cheap by people who don't care about the outcome. Standards are falling down all over the place, and as a result, the food produce you get is unreliable. The sourcing is unreliable now. The quality is unreliable. And electronic goods, the same thing. You would never find the cheap, crackly, plasticky nonsense items. You would never find them except in some cheap, I don't know, like an Indian store. Like somewhere that they'd import this cheap nonsense that you could kind of get away with using but was rubbish. You'd never find that in a mainstream store. Now you can find it. It's crept in, and it's all to do with standards. If you don't have a functioning society with standards which are upheld by the citizens of that society, the society's standards, they can't function. So all of the wonders that we used to love about this country are just going down the pan. And when people from other countries come here and say, oh, I'm in England. I'm sorry, you're not in England. You are in the country formerly known as England. Okay? And at the moment, it's essentially, it's not on. You're here, but you're not actually engaging in England, because this country is not England. It's England under occupation of a group of people who have twisted the country so that they can kind of control it. But all of the people who are legitimate, sincere, real, authentic English people can see it. They see it for what it is, and it's a disgusting mess. This is not England at the moment. This is England with the pause button pressed. And the pause button will be pressed again, i.e. it will be undone. This is an occupation. Oh yeah, the people who have done it have tried to blind you and distract you with the media. But people with intelligence can see it, and people from families who have given everything to this country over the centuries can see it, and they're not happy, and I'm one of them. I'm one of them, or I'm one of them. I don't like what I see. I don't like this diminished quality, the diminished standards. It's a disgusting disgrace. Now, I do not know. I've got some ideas about how to fix the problems. But I need other people that I can work with on the solutions. truly, at the moment, our country is being used. It's been hijacked. It's been hijacked. Our country has been hijacked. That's the simple truth. It's been hijacked by an organised group who are pulling the strings, and that's why nothing actually feels like England anymore. It's all plasticky and fake. And they're the people responsible for allowing millions of foreigners into our country to ruin the place because they don't care about England. They don't care. And they have no loyalty to us at all. And there's no way that anyone who has disloyalty to a country should be in charge of that country, because they'll destroy it. A country relies upon loyalty of its the loyalty of its citizens. It relies upon it. At the moment, our country is in a poor state. It's in a poorly condition, and we need to help it recover. We need to put in the work necessary to recover it. First of all, we start with sharing ideas about it, how to fix it, how it used to be, how it should be, how it must be upheld. And we need to attack and destroy the tools that have been used to destroy it. One of them is feminism. And we need women on board too. Real women who recognise the poison that feminism is. Who recognise the damage it's done to women and men. Who are happy to work on the solution. I say real women, like real men. We do exist, and we are actually the majority. But we're made to feel like a minority because of the media, which is in the control of these scumbags who have invaded and taken over our country. Not the foreigners. It's not the general. They're just tools of these people. They come in because they're allowed to. They walk into our airports completely staffed by foreigners. You're welcomed to England by a foreigner? What? Oh yeah, well, here we go. We're in England now. And you're welcomed by someone who isn't English. You wander into the country and you can't see English people. Get it? Our country has been sold out. We must recover it. This is a job, and it can be done, and it will be done. We just need to apply ourselves to it. We got caught napping. Okay, fine. Wake up, get busy, doing whatever you can. Share your knowledge of the problems with other people. Yourself. Don't be afraid to. Don't think because the television tells you you're a minority, you're a minority. You are not a minority. You are the staggering majority. We just need to make sure everyone's on the same page. So yeah, the end result of this nonsense is diminished standards. The standards we had were incredible. Nothing you bought was subpar. If it was subpar, you kicked up a stink and you got it fixed immediately. And it was fixed. We have to fix these problems in our country. We have to. I can't sit by and watch this happen. No way! That's not our way. It's not our way to watch our country go down the pan. It's not the British way. The British way is to solve problems, to fix problems, to make things better. We don't sit there and go, oh, well, it's gone wrong, and do nothing about it. We take the initiative. That's our spirit. Yeah, we've been tricked. A lot of people have been tricked into thinking, oh, no, let everyone else do it. Let the system do it. No. That's not how a country is run. A country is run by its people, not by systems. People, loyal, proactive, strong, loyal, patriotic people run the systems of a country for the country's benefit. They always have. People have been tricked into doing something different. Leave it behind. We need to remember who we are as a people. That's the truth. This country's worth something, and it's still ready to rock and roll. We just need to take back control of it properly. However we do it. The systems are there, ready and waiting for us. We just need to wake up and activate them. And kick the people who have stolen control of our country out of their position, wherever they're hiding out. When we've done that, we'll have a country to be proud of again. And that's the truth too. Don't ever get despondent. We can win this.